One, what's happening, YouTube? You back in the building with the original members of the Life Gang Avengers of Current Culture. It's me. It's that living legend, Larry. And Larry, my brother, on a Friday night. How you doing?
I'm doing all right, man. I am currently in the process. I had to stop watching it to come do the show. I'm currently in the process of watching Without Remorse or No Remorse. I think whichever one it's called. And so far it is a fun movie and also absolutely poorly written and ridiculous with the dialogue, but it is a fun movie so far.
Yeah, I saw it last night, and even with everything Larry said being true, I still gave the movie a 7.
Right.
I gave it a 7. I gave it a 7.
So far it's fun.
Yeah. Now, maybe me and Larry will do a review of that like offline, then we'll load it up or something. But they tried to steer you in a direction in that movie where you think one person is who he is, then he turns out not to be. And
well,
then
hey, I haven't finished it yet.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Finished it yet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me shut up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not gonna ruin it for Larry, other than to say that little tease. But it's a decent movie. It's worth watching. So my people, we've got D Weave in the building, Key Malik in the building. What's up? Moochella is in the building. What's up? Can you guys all hit the thumbs up button for me? Mooch will be back with us on Monday. And the first
your microphone's on the way too.
Okay, yeah, Moochie, look out for that microphone that my brother's blessing you with to help you continue putting out that great content. Be sure to subscribe to Moochie's channel, my people. Link in the description. So, Larry, this weekend, we got episode 3, Godfather of Harlem. Let's take a look at the clip they just released. Then we'll break down what we think is going to happen in this coming episode. Take a look.
All right.
Get you out of here. Stay strong. He needs medical attention.
He's got a bandage.
What is he being charged with?
Resisting arrest.
What was he arrested for?
Inciting a riot.
What does a shoe-shine man have to do with starting a riot?
Grabbed an officer's baton.
He's gonna die if he doesn't get help soon. And if he does, it's on you.
What did you say?
He dies. It's on you. Okay, please, let's go.
I had no idea.
You had no idea niggers get their asses kicked and thrown in jail for doing nothing? Cops up in Sugar Hill don't do that, huh?
Larry, a lot of things never change, huh? This is the 60s. This is the shoe shine guy who was on the cover of last season's Godfather of Harlem with Bumpy. The shoe shine guy gets sadly beat by the police for no damn reason. They trying to say he grabbed a baton, that he about to die in jail. And then the cop is looking at Bumpy like, you N-word. You think you gonna talk to me like that? Larry, do you remember this era? Do you remember what really happened during this time when Bumpy was leading the protests because of what was going on? There was real police violence amongst African Americans in Harlem. Bumpy Johnson, the drug dealer, did lead a protest and got arrested. How do you think they're going to portray this on the TV show this Sunday?
Hopefully well. I think it's, it's funny. You watch this and you think to yourself, wow, they're really hitting on these current events, things that are happening today. And you realize, no, things just never changed.
Never changed.
Like, it's not like they're trying to go back and integrate stuff that's happening today into the stories then. They just have to tell the stories as they were happening then because it's the same bull that's happening now.
Right.
So,
but the sad thing is, Larry, there are still people that want to make America great again and take us back to an era like the 60s and 70s. Because it ain't enough racism for some people.
Yeah, we're never going back. We're never going back because you have enough people now. Not that we didn't have people that had a lot to lose back then, but you have enough people now that have enough that they're like, nah, I'm not willing to go back. I'd rather fight and kill than be dragged back to that bullshit ass era. Not doing it. I may have to die, but I'm taking everybody that I can with me if I have to go.
Right.
I mean, I know these races have been trying to start a race war. I hope it doesn't ever happen, but black people aren't going back. Hispanic people aren't going back. Asian folks aren't going back. And are they trying to divide us? They try and create these divides and make it seem like black people and Asian people are separate, or black people and Hispanic people are separate. But ultimately, white men have positioned themselves against everyone. They have basically said, oh, we are the creme de la creme and everybody is beneath us. And what they've done is created enemies around them on all sides. So if they try and send people backwards, if they try and do that, they're going to find themselves not just with, they think they're going to start a race war with blacks and whites. They're going to find themselves in a war with blacks and whites and Hispanics and Asians and gay people and everyone else. They're going to find themselves at war with everyone because everyone's going to look at this and say, oh, okay, we see what's happening. They want to push this one group back. And if they do it to them, then we're next. And then the next group, and then the next group. And people are smart enough to recognize that. We've seen the history. People recognize it. They're not going to allow it to happen. And so I mean, I like the fact that he's going to be arrested in this protest. I'm glad to see we're going to get to check out Bumpy Johnson as an activist as well. Because, you know, the reality of it is people that are drug dealers in the community, they do sell drugs and they sell poison. Sometimes they kill people in the community, but they also are activists in a lot of ways. Oftentimes they are civil. They are community leaders. And that's one of the hard things that people have with drug dealers in the community is that they generate a lot of income and they generate jobs, and they also are activists to protect the community. Like that dude, he went in there, and if he didn't know Bumpy Johnson, he probably just would have sat there and they would have let him just bleed out until he died. But the fact that they know that he knows Bumpy Johnson is probably going to save his life, because someone's probably going to go and say, if we don't get this guy out of here, we're going to have a problem that we can't control because of who he's friends with.
And you know, Bumpy's already taken out one of the PIs on the police force. It ain't like he ain't opposed to doing it again. Matter of fact, his daughter killed a policeman that tried to sneak in there and kill Bumpy last season.
Right.
So
yeah,
they ain't opposed to taking out the cops, especially when something like this happens. But there's someone else.
That's part of the problem too, Lamont, is that when you have these cops that are so dirty, when the community has so little trust in the police because they're so dirty, it gives it presents the opportunity for criminals to step in and fill that role to say, we're here to protect you. Mm-hmm. We know you don't like all the stuff that we do, but we are the ones willing to step in and protect you. We see it not just in this country. We see it happen, you know, in all these other countries where you have warlords, where you have the military that comes in and brutalizes people and steals their property and their crops and everything else. And you have warlords that come in and they step up and they protect the communities that they're in. And people are like, well, I don't like our community being, you know, ruled by a warlord. But when the military comes to steal my stuff, when the government comes to steal my stuff and brutalize my family and rape our wives and our daughters, it's the warlords that come in and fight them back. It's the same thing in this country when you have gangs where they're just like, we're not going to let the police come in here and brutalize us, and they fight back.
Gotcha.
You know, it's.
Let me ask you about this character, Larry. Is she going to catch that body this particular episode coming up? Because we've seen her in the trailer reviews with the gun, and she's putting heat on Ernie. Is this going to be the episode she's going to catch a body for vengeance for Teddy?
I think she is, but maybe not. And here's, you know, I thought about this because my original thought was she's going to kill that guy that killed her man, right? Mm-hmm. Like that she knows that the dude was in Florida. I think he's probably going to be coming back. Mm-hmm. And I was thinking, oh, she's going to kill him and get revenge. But the more I thought about it, the more I'm thinking, I don't think she is. I think she might be in that situation where she could. I actually think it's going to be Ernie that does it. Because I think Ernie actually still loves her and would still pretty much do anything for her. And I think in that same mindset where he'll do anything for her, I think he would actually kill that guy. And I think it's going to cause a problem because he's going to end up killing the guy for Stella. And then I think that guy's a made dude, which is going to probably be a problem for Ernie. And I think then Chin's going to have to protect Ernie because it's his guy. But the families are going to expect Chin to turn him over because he's going to be like, he killed a made dude. He didn't get permission. He can't operate that way. But then all of a sudden, it's like Stella might be like, this dude loves me. He loves me so much that he tried to warn me first and tell me that they were going to kill my man because he loved me that much. Didn't work out. They still killed him. But now he basically has avenged that dude's death for me. I mean, I think that's what's going to happen. I think Stella's going to realize this dude really may be a piece of crap in every other aspect of his life, but he really does love me. And I think maybe she'll want to be with him. And that's going to cause a problem for Chin, because although Chin would like them to be together after Ernie kills that made dude, I think it's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I think she's going to take advantage of Ernie's love for her because Ernie's still weak for the panty draws. I mean, he's so weak his knees is buckling under the weight of her underwear, and she is going to use that to her advantage. And ultimately, we both think that somehow way she's going to hurt her father's organization with all the dastardly things he's done to all these boys that she has loved. So I can't wait, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't you think that would do it if one of Chin's men, being Ernie, killed a made guy? I think she's going to do more. Him over?
I think she's going to want to do more, Larry. I mean, she's at a place right now where she's not healed. She loved Teddy, and she's made good with the mom, which was something that I thought would be the process of her beginning to heal. But she's still in pain. And she's going to take that pain out on everybody that gets in her way. And I think she's going to do more to scar that daddy. That ain't going to be enough. Ultimately, I think she's going to help Bumpy somehow, some way, ultimately.
Right.
That's what's going to happen. So, all right, people, leave us your comments. We will go live with our review of Godfather of Harlem on Monday with the Mooch, y'all's favorite person who comes on this channel always from the Harlem, Moochie herself.
There you go. Okay, shout out to Tim Windsor in the building.
And Tim Windsor, Buzz, and Carbro, Ralph, who always shows love. Strictly Starlight in the building. Let me see who else we got in here. Steve in the building. Everybody's here to show us some love. We're grateful. We appreciate it. Thank you for checking us out.
Strictly Starlight from across the pond.
Exactly. And love her. She's on all of our channels, man, and we're grateful to you. Keep spreading us across that pond. Spread us, man. Make us grow like wildfire over there.
She must be a night owl because it's like it's. I think they're 5 hours ahead over there. So,
and we got to be very entertaining because hell, you don't turn on something when it's nighttime unless you want to be either entertained or put to sleep. And I don't think we putting nobody to sleep. So, ladies and gentlemen, an interview was done with the writer for Falcon Winter Soldier because a lot of things people felt like had been left out of the finale. So he was grilled. And as soon as we get ready to talk about Falcon and Winter Soldier, look, it's like the dude has a homing beacon on my microphone. The minute Falcon Winter Soldier comes out of my mouth, I get. Ladies and gentlemen,
what's up, y'all?
The good brother Brandon Avery is in the building to help us break
Brandon
down
Keith Avery.
Hey man, I'm not trying to seek him for anything. I ain't the government, so I wasn't going to say his whole name. Nothing like that. But Brandon, you got here just in time, my brother. The writer on Falcon Winter Soldier was interviewed about different things that people felt like he didn't put into the finale. And so to refresh people's memory of everything that happened, we're going to give them a clip, and then I'm going to read to you this interview and let you guys break it down. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. And while y'all relax, I'm going to grab my shield because I can't wait for that damn movie. I'm going to the movie theater with the shield.
Symbols are nothing without the women and men that give them meaning. I am Captain America. I know what we have to do. A word of advice, then. Stay the hell out of my way. We bled for this country. Shield or no shield, I'm not gonna let anybody tell me I can't fight for it. How's it gonna work?
The price of freedom is high. It always has been. And it's a price I'm willing to pay. And if I'm the only one, then so be it. But I'm willing to bet I'm not.
Did you write that down first? Is it off the top of your head?
We even talk about what Malcolm Spellman said. We've got two wonderful super chats. First, my man Steve, who asked a wonderful question, and we're going to start the debate right there. I appreciate the $9.99, my brother. You know how we get down. We utilize that to network with other YouTubers and subscribers, help you guys build. And D Weave coming through with the $9.99. I appreciate that.
I like it.
I'm gonna come to you first with this question, super chat question. Let me get this started. I wanted to ask, which is better, the heart-shaped herb or the secret soldier serum?
Good question. That's
oh man, and so B. Avery, you go first. I have my suspicions about which one is better, but
I have a definitive answer on this one.
Oh God, here we go.
I think I'm a bit biased, but I'm gonna go with the heart-shaped herb.
Why? And you gotta explain why. Why the heart-shaped herb?
I'll just say this one because I think it's more. I think it's more natural than a drug created in the lab. You know, that's really just all I got. You know,
Okay.
I mean, it's just a feeling I have that the super soldier serum was created in the lab, but the heart-shaped herb is an actual plant. That comes from the ground. So that's just where I'm at.
And to support your theory, everybody can't eat the heart-shaped herb and reap the benefits of it. You have to be of the royal bloodline.
That is true.
To eat that herb and reap the benefits. Larry, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that it's the heart-shaped herb. I mean, for one, every time Black Panther and Cap fought in the comics, he whooped Cap's ass every time. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say it's stronger than that. And the super soldier serum that they have now is not as good or as pure as the one that Captain America took, even though he went through that whole process. The new ones just aren't as good, And so the herb is still the herb. It's just that much better. So
okay,
and you get access to the ancestors when you have the herb. Super soldier serum not giving you that.
So, Steve, I'm going to counter their points and say I agree with everything they said, but I'm going to go to the serum. And the serum I'm talking about is specifically the one they gave to Steve Rogers. So I'm going to say that serum versus the heart-shaped herb. I'll go with the serum, and let me tell you why. We have seen that you can strip the power of the heart-shaped herb from the people that have ingested it if you have that elixir that the uncle was giving him. You cannot strip any of the super soldier serum from Steve Rogers. You can't strip it from him. However, of the two, the one that seems to be more potent is definitely the heart-shaped herb. But the issue is, if Steve Rogers was to ever get a hold of that serum that they pour in him before you have that battle for the crown, you could strip that person of the heart-shaped herb and defeat them. So if I had to pick one of those two, I would take Steve Rogers Super Serum.
Well, do we know that? Do we know that definitively though that the super soldier serum can't be stripped because it's never been tried before?
Exactly.
Okay.
See, so you just asked it. We don't know, but we do know for sure you can strip that heart-shaped herb. We do know that for sure. We don't know about the super serum because it hasn't happened, but we know for sure you can do it with a heart-shaped herb.
Now, what if you are just a straight up G? So you're Killmonger, who's former military. You have the heart-shaped herb in you, and you go and you holler at the military folks, and you get the super soldier serum. So now you have the herb and the super soldier serum, and you're running through coursing through your veins all at the same time. You're just like straight overpowered right there.
You probably blow up. Your head gonna blow off.
I don't know, because I'm thinking that the heart-shaped herb will give you enough strength and protection that the super soldier serum won't jack you up.
Well, Larry, go ahead and start writing the script. Make sure it's a good one. Just right.
Robert T says, not Killmonger again. You mean again? You mean always?
Shout out to my brother Buzz. And now we'll get back to the main subject. So, B. Avery, let me show you what Malcolm Spellman said in an interview. This will be interesting. Take a look at this. They asked him this. Let's talk about the Bradleys, both Isaiah and Eli. First off, do you see any other one of them continuing to do more in the MCU? Also, a lot of people have wondered, did you ever think about doing flashbacks of Isaiah in his heyday, or could that be something we get in the future? Before I let y'all read his answer, B. Avery and Larry, did we not sit up here and say, we would have loved to see more of that? And we would love to have an Isaiah Bradley series. It can be a one-shot. It can be a one-shot series just showing how badass he was back in the day, ripping off Winter Soldier's arm. Did we not talk about that?
Yep.
Okay. This is what he had to say to rain on our parades. Boy, and when I say rain, I ain't talking about Ashanti. This is Malcolm Spellman's response. I mean, the problem with the flashbacks thing is that we felt like it would have detracted from the moment, because then it makes a lot more superhero why you know what I'm saying. And the way Carl Lumbly was able to deliver them scenes, no one wanted to tamper with the storytelling around that. It's like when someone's doing that powerful A job, you don't play with it. You don't try and get more out of it. You leave that alone. Totally disagree with that, fellas. And then as far as where they're going in the MCU, you know, I'm not going to talk about that. Not even for Shadow and Act, who produced this particular question. Now, before I get to the next one, I'll let you guys expand on that. So I'll come to you, Larry. How do you feel about Malcolm Spellman's response?
Well, first I want to say shout out to Buzz 703 super chat. But I mean, I would be honest with you. I don't necessarily know if I wanted to see any flashbacks in the series. It would have been cool either way, but I would actually like to see a whole movie. I would like to see a whole movie with Isaiah Bradley during that time, just like a straight up go back to, I think he was supposed to be in the Korean War. That would have been dope if you got that whole story about I mean, this is how you can even set it up. You can set it up where you have like where they cut to the scene like at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier where Sam had rolled him in the wheelchair into the museum, and you could just kind of fade it in from there where he's starting to reminisce and he goes into his head, and then we get a whole movie of his character of Isaiah Bradley and the whole super soldier program during that time with all these brothers and the ones that had fallen out, went crazy, and all the other issues they had. And you can end it with him basically just coming out of this dream, this sort of dreamscape, and right back to the museum. Could be dope.
Okay. And
you don't even have to do it as like a full. You don't even have to do it as like a full movie for thinking like, is this is going to go to the theaters? You can do a nice straight to TV movie that goes on Disney Plus.
Gotcha. What you think, B. Avery?
Well, first, hey everybody in the chat. Hello, Strictly Starlight. How you doing? It's funny because I know he made some comments, but I didn't really dive into them because I knew you were here today. And so you really just got my hopes up when you read the question, and then you knocked me back down when you gave his answer. I'm like, oh, snap. But at the same time, I kind of agree with Larry, especially at the very beginning of what he just said, because, I mean, it would have been cool either way if we did get a flashback in the show. I'm not tripping that we didn't. It would have been nice. It would have been a nice bonus, nice addition. But as long as we get something in the future, and, you know, I think the sky's the limit as far as that's concerned. People are salivating at the mouth of this character right now, especially Black people, to my understanding. So it wouldn't make any sense for them not to produce this, you know, for our entertainment, because, I mean, that's where the money resides right now. That's where the interest resides. And so,
where the money resides.
Whether it was a movie like Larry said, or one shot or one short, like you said, Lamont, or a combination, or a show, or whatever, you know,
right.
or a scene. I mean, there's no reason why they wouldn't be able to do this in the future. I mean, it just, you already have the pieces there. This is what people want. Just take our money, you know.
Right.
So,
you know what they could do is, if they did a second season of Falcon and Winter Soldier, just dedicate one episode to Isaiah Bradley's, you know, like a straight flashback.
Yeah. What's going on, Moochie? How you doing? But yeah, you can do that. And I mean, it ties into the Winter Soldier as well. I mean, if you do that flashback, you're giving the Winter Soldier shine too. And I want to see that as well. You know, like, I think I was also reading something where they said the Winter Soldier will no longer, like you were saying last week, Larry, like the Winter Soldier will no longer be called the Winter Soldier. And so, I mean, that's cool and it makes sense as far as his character growth. But at the same time, I still want to see more Winter Soldier stuff in the past, because we only really got to see him in one film to where he was a badass, and that was in 2014 with his titular debut, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. So the sky's the limit. If they don't do this, it would be a sin, it would be a crime, and it would be stupid. You know, like, why would you not give us what we want, what we're willing to pay for, that you already have built up in the first place? So
right.
Minette Davis just sort of came through with the comic book nerd status right here. She said, in 2014, Captain America Volume 7, number 21, Cap lost his powers after the villain Iron Nail stabbed him with a dart that neutralized the super soldier serum and caused Cap to rapidly turn into an old man.
Yeah, man. I saw that. Sources. I saw that. I was going to mention that, but you ain't give me time to get to her, Tressa C, or William Lawrence. Thank you all. Appreciate it, William. I appreciate Tressa C. We did not talk about the draft because, the Miami Dolphins actually won the draft with the guy we got tonight, and we will be in the playoffs. So I didn't really talk about that. So, but, thank you for coming through anyway, Tressa C. Keep us informed.
Did you say Dolphins and playoffs in the same sentence?
Dolphins in the playoffs, baby. We're going to playoffs. But I agree with both you fellas on your points. And my thing with the guy that played Isaiah Bradley did a hell of a job. And Avery, before you got up here, we was talking about a show that's on that takes place in the 60s called Godfather of Harlem. And on that show, you have a crime boss who was also a social activist. He rubbed elbows with politicians, Malcolm X, blah, blah, blah. You could take a real, true, secret American hero like Isaiah Bradley and have him cross seas hanging out with Muhammad Ali when he was like, I ain't fighting the Viet Congs and all that stuff. You could tie history into this thing because of when he was Captain America, when he had that super soldier serum, and make a good series and use the same guy that's playing Isaiah Bradley, older version, use him as the older version, maybe telling the story. And then you can tie it into, because we do know that Red Skull was living during that era. So he could even get into it with Red Skull and come back and be able to have some secrets that he know on Red Skull that they can use right now. There are so many things they could do with that. So yeah, I think that it would be a crime to not have him and not continue to hit buttons with the racial issues and why he became so chafed in believing in that shield. You know, you want to see the pain and agony he went through, as well as his triumph. So give it to us, Marvel.
Yep.
But let me read you guys the rest of what Malcolm Spellman had to say. Here we go. All right. So now let's talk about me and Larry's girl, Carly. So Carly, was there any possibility in letting Sam possibly save her, take her under his wing, or were there any plans to have them in any alternative way in the story that could have gone? So before we even finish, me and Larry said, B. Avery, that we felt chemistry between those two.
Mm-hmm.
We felt a love chemistry. At first, I fought Larry's crazy ass idea, but in the last episode, I fully embraced it. I mean, you could just see the way he was holding this girl, looking her deeply into her eyes. He didn't want to fight her. He did everything he could not to show aggression to this girl. Sam has a connection with her. And I think deep down on the inside, she had a connection to him too. So let me finish reading what they said. Here we go. We were super clear on where it needed to go. But I was getting emails from friends and other filmmakers like, please redeem her. Please bring her back. Uh-oh. And that was the goal, was for all these antagonists to not only believe that they were heroes, but have a code that they operated by, which B. Avery kept right on saying because he kept talking about Zemo's code. All right? Operated by that the audience would like. Man, I understand them. It creates a more compelling story. And we knew for Sam to become Cap, it needed to be meaty. And the more heartbreaking Carly's death is in his journey to becoming Cap, the more it adds to that moment of Sam taking the mantle. So from the beginning, we imagined him landing, holding this woman who probably wasn't that different than the shit him and his sister talked about at the dinner table. Damn. Oh, B. Avery, you get this one first. Now, I see a reckoning that they could have done. They could have kept this girl alive, trained her up, and done more with her character. Me and Larry like the girl, but B. Avery, what are your thoughts on it?
I have to be honest. We was teasing Larry because, when he did say the romance thing at first, I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" No.
I don't know why everybody doubts my wisdom. I don't know why everybody keeps doubting my wisdom.
after the season finale, I'm still not 100% on board with it, but it seemed more likely that could happen, that could go down. So, I'm not mad at you for pointing that out. Mm-hmm. As far as redeeming Carly, though, they would have had to change a lot because you can't be blowing up people in buildings and try to redeem her. I'm cool with it.
I was going to say, B. Avery, let me intervene now. I'm not trying to make this difficult on you, but we've seen the MCU do this with other characters, and they're getting ready to have a whole dedicated series to a character that they, for whatever the reason, keep letting him get away, and he's tried to take cubes. He's tried to take over the Earth, and I'm talking about Loki.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Earth never
tried to kill his dad.
Yeah, Earth never forgave Loki though. Only Thor and Asgard, Mm-hmm. So Earth not checking for Loki still. If my memory serves me correctly. And to your point, Larry, I don't think Wanda hurt anybody on purpose. If I remember everything correctly, when she was crazy, but when she realized her way, she did try to let everybody out of the her little reality. She didn't just blow people up out of cold blood. And Carly did. And so I just don't know. I mean, even if they would have redeemed her after that would have been fine. However, I just don't see how they could have written that in for the rest of the MCU to accept that and for her to be buddy with Sam. I don't think Sam would let her off. I don't see how Sam can let her off the hook, and then keep her underground. Like, hey, let's be buddy, but we can't tell nobody. And I definitely don't see her out in the service like, yes, I'm a hero now. Sorry, guys. I don't see that.
Well, all right, let me get a crack at this. I can tell you how.
Wait a minute, Larry. I gotta let the dude say he's like can't see her out there on them streets being a hero. Wait a minute. God, B. Avery, wait a minute, man. You thought you were just gonna slide that on in the home plate? Wait a minute, B. Avery. check this out. In the series, she did go toe to toe with fake ass Captain America when he went crazy. Now, granted, he went crazy because of her setting the dominoes in place. It was her fault that he even went where he went at. But they let him get redeemed after he killed someone in cold blood as Captain America. And so, having seen that in the same series, you don't think there was no way possible that they could redeem her and put her on the path to being a hero?
It was a slightly different situation though, because you know he did murder that guy, but at the same time it was in the heat of the no, it wasn't in the heat of the battle. That was cold blood. That's Lamar. It was still,
he's a white male, she's a black woman.
It was still he killed the terrorist though. It just looks bad. He killed like Carly.
Was he a terrorist?
I'm sorry.
Or was he a freedom? Was he a terrorist or was he a freedom fighter?
To maybe half the population in the world. I know Sam gave the speech about the labels, but I mean they were affiliated with somebody blowing up people in buildings. You know, just because they was hanging on to supplies, they don't deserve to be blown up in a building. They deserve to get their ass whooped, but not blown up in a building. And he killed. I mean, yeah, he killed that person, or somebody affiliated with that. And so, you know, he was reprimanded. He just didn't go to jail. He lost all of his honor. So, I mean, to me, it's just a slightly different situation. But Lamont, who redeemed him though? Nobody redeemed him. Only
he's on the path to redemption, I guess, where he's getting the opportunity to work with what's her name, and he's becoming U.S. agent, and
that's a secret. That is a secret side offshoot organization that's not official. I mean, to my understanding,
I guess the redemption is in the eyes of the viewers. I guess he's getting his opportunity to redeem himself in the eyes of the viewer. The rest of the world in his universe is not going to see it.
Yeah. I mean, unless he like literally saves the world, like on some real Steve Rogers something, or somebody catches him on camera doing something really heroic, I don't see him coming back in the limelight.
Okay. All right, Larry, take a bite at this apple, my brother.
So this is how I think they could very easily redeem Carly, right? Is that we know that she got beat up, but when someone flew down and came with her in her arms, she was fully intact. It wasn't like the other dude who basically got his head cut off with the shield. So she's fully intact, and so I could very easily see a scene where we have Carter walking off of a plane, and behind her is Carly on a, and they ever hooked up to all kinds of stuff, because it turns out she's not actually dead. Like they may have thought she was dead, but because she has a super soldier serum, last with her heart rate at 1 beat every 3 something, because we've already seen that in some respect with Captain America when he was from the ice for decades. So we know that the super soldier serum can allow you to live under under very extreme circumstances where your heart rate is just very, very low. So it could very simply be that Sharon Carter gets Carly's body. We know they already have that connection together. We know they know each other. Sharon didn't want Carly to live because it would have outed her as the power broker. So you save her life, indebted to you again. And it could work out where you could redeem Carly, because if she works for Sharon, power broker, and then it turns out that Sharon actually works for Nick Fury, we've now put Carly on. She's working for, we may think that at first because she's working for the power broker, but if the power broker is actually a good guy working for Nick Fury, they're both redeemed. And it's not that far of a stretch to think that it could happen. I mean, that's what Sharon Carter does. She grabs people and she molds them to what she wants to do. She gets people to do what she wants to do. She has access to the best technology, whether it be medical technology or, with like the super soldier serum and all the other stuff, or whether it be weapons or whatever. She has the best access to everything. And so I could very easily see where she gets a hold of Carter.
Uh-oh. Did the internet rob him? I think the internet robbed him.
Okay.
Ladies and
The
gentlemen,
internet.
the internet is
Am I
trying
back?
to rob us of Larry.
You
Oh,
back?
he's back. He's back.
So, anyways, I think I could very easily see where they could do something like that, where they can bring Sharon Carter in and have her take Carly, get her patched up, and then have her go back to work for her, and they end up all working for Nick Fury and being redeemed that way.
Can I address something that was we talked about last week too that I just have to get off my chest?
Yeah, go.
No, man, that was last week. We don't go backwards. No, I'm just messing with you.
I know. I don't know if Sharon is in the chat or whatever, but I just have to go on the record and say, because she was saying that you guys act like Carly does not have a right to be upset, and you need to admit that I'm right. That was not my argument, ma'am, and people. Because I watched the replay, so I just got to clear that up. I didn't address it. Of course, Carly had not Carly, but Sharon has a right to be upset. Of course, if her country betrays her. My argument was that the transition there did not make sense to me because she still could have called Steve, Sam, Bucky, somebody during that time if she was locked out. So during those 5, 6, however many years, I don't understand why she just didn't pick up the phone and be like, hey, I can't get back in the country. You know, can you please help me out? Because if she's mad at the country for betraying her, she needs to be mad at the Avengers as well. You know, you can't, that wouldn't make sense to why she's mad at one group and not the other. So
what was Sam going to do? Sam couldn't even get a home loan. He was supposed to get her hooked back up.
And B. Avery.
That's my point, though. But
and B. Avery, who had your back every tongue lashing step of that tirade they tried to throw on you? I did. Because I completely agreed with you, my brother.
Thank you.
I completely agree. Like, I'm the one that said she ain't got a phone.
That's
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, these women out here on these streets be talking about they like you or you like them, whatever. You text them 3-4 times and you don't get nothing back. Okay. You need something for them. You text somebody. Hell, you know good and damn well these folks is somewhere fighting against a universal threat.
Right.
You think that they sitting around actually thinking, oh, where's little Sharon Carter? Oh, you know, you gave me that sensual kiss, Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
But I'm out here trying to save the world from something that is so strong. He broke my damn Wakandan shield.
You know?
Okay. Right. You know what I'm saying? And after the smoke clears, I might need to get some R&R. So if you need something, you got everybody's number. You got Nick Fury. You got you've got Steve. You got Iron Man. You got Pepper's phone number, for crying out loud. Damn it! You can call Pepper. She ain't like she was doing too much other than the funeral. Hell, you even got Anita Hill's number.
Yeah.
Come on, Sharon.
I still think that Sharon's working with Nick Fury. I don't think she's a bad guy. I don't.
Well, B.A.B., do you think that? I mean, Larry, it seems like they're trying to swing her, position her as a little worse than an anti-hero. It seems like they're positioning her a little bit more devious, more dirty, more grimy than that.
Let me point something out. That scene, I'll tell you one of the reasons why I think that she's working with Nick Fury, because Nick Fury supposedly is on the moon with the Skrulls, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you remember that scene where Sharon Carter rolls up behind Bucky and she has that face on and she just kind of pulls it off, that seems like Skrull technology. Like, Skrulls can do it on their own because that's what they do. That's what's in their DNA. But it seems like that's technology that they could give to humans to say, here's a little bit of what we can do, you know? And so it seems like that, it just seemed like that would be Skrull technology that had to be able to have that face that you can just transform and just pull off like that. And where would she get Skrull technology from? Nick Fury.
You remember Black Widow had that?
Yeah, Black Widow got it.
Soldier.
And Black Widow got the technology already before they even introduced the Skrulls.
Where'd she get it? Yeah, but no, the Skrulls were already introduced then.
No, I guess if you go, I get what you're saying. I get what you, I get what you're saying. You're going backwards, So I don't know, man. We'll see about that one.
Yeah.
So, B. Avery, you've already released your review of Without Remorse. You've already released that. Now, Larry hasn't seen all the movie yet, so I don't want to spoil it for him. But give a rating for the movie from 0 being absolute dumpster fire, don't even put it on Sesame Street, to 10 being the greatest thing since men found themselves stuck in the orgy. Where would you rate it?
He said stuck in the orgy. I gave it a 7.
That's what I gave it.
Yeah,
that's what I gave it.
I may want to lower it, but if I do, it won't be lower than a 6.
Me too.
Yeah.
And Larry made a great point. Larry, tell him what you said about the script.
Oh, I thought that the dialogue is terrible. Yeah, the dialogue is so far is terrible. It's a lot of really cheesy lines, and this there's a bunch. There seems like there's a number of lines that are designed for them to pull them out and make them little like short clips that they can put out for promotions. Just like the contract is broken, and it's just like, come on,
Larry, that is a great point. That is a great point.
I mean, that's a perfect line to pull out and make a little clip that you can post on the internet that's going to be 15 or 20 seconds, but it's just so stupid. You
hit the nail on the head with that one. Because I think it was one point where Jodie Turner-Smith's character was like, why is it that every time there's a miss, you're in the middle of this shit?
Yes.
My wife even mentioned something about, she was like, what is this saying they keep using about you're living messy or something? He was like, there's not even a saying. It's like they're trying to make something new. And it's just, I mean, we all know Michael B. Jordan can act. And I feel like they really directed him poorly in this, like where they have him overacting in his scenes. And the woman, I forgot the woman's name that's playing his co-star.
Jodie Turner-Smith.
But
Jodie
what's her name again?
Jodie Turner-Smith.
Jodie. I don't like her for this. They kind of always have her sort of with her face sort of clenched up, like they're trying to make her look hard. And every time she opens her mouth, she seems like she's so gentle. She seems like she's such a gentle soul. So and I'm just like,
But Larry, that's how they want her, Larry. They want her to look tough, but really be soft.
I just don't like her for this role. I mean, I've seen her in other movies where she's sort of like, there was a movie I saw where she played a dirty cop. And I thought she was great in that. But this one,
she was.
I'm not really feeling. Somebody said Queen and Slim. Yeah, Queen and Slim. She was good in that as well.
I better than that for me. I didn't like her character in that, but the acting was better. The acting was great.
Yeah. So would you have liked to have had one of the Wakandan ladies play her role in place of this? Like a Koye or somebody? Would it have been better?
I mean, they could have. I'm not sure who would have taken her place in this role, but I think somebody else probably should have. Maybe maybe what's her name? Denaya. What's her name from Walking Dead and Black Panther? She probably could have played this role. I'm not sure she would have wanted to, but
okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
go ahead, she's married to Joshua Jackson, the Mighty Ducks guy, right?
Who?
Jodie Turner-Smith.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
I'm gonna see if I can try to share my screen with y'all real quick because I want to show the picture. But the one of the main Mighty Ducks guys. Let me see if I can do this real quick.
Okay.
Share.
Okay.
Is there a button you can click? Yeah,
I got you.
Yeah, this guy right here.
Oh,
that's her husband. Or whatever. So just FYI.
Okay.
I thought I'd throw that out there.
I could have not known that.
I'm sorry. Well, I don't mean to upset you.
Yeah, I'm not upset. Just added nothing to me. I could have not known that.
I got you.
He also played in Dawson's Creek. We've got people that know these folks. My homegirl Strictly Starlight from the UK. She know things.
Mm-hmm.
So, folks, we're going to be on B. Avery's channel tomorrow to discuss Invincible, the finale. Whew.
You be Avery, just so we're clear, if I'm and I don't want people thinking I'm being bigoted or anything. It's not that I actually already knew that her husband was white, and I think the reason why I say I didn't need to know that or see that is because if I'm not mistaken, she made some derogatory statements about Black people a while back, and that just really bothers me. I really hate it when people go out there and get married to white folks and start talking bad about Black folks as if white folks are better and somehow they're so much better than the rest of us that they couldn't imagine being with us. They had to go find themselves a white person because they're so much better than us. It's just asinine. It's one of those things where, you know, you sort of take the lowest common, you know, the lowest element of a group and try and associate that behavior with the entire group. And then you dog out the group, and in dogging out your own group, you lower yourself to a point that you have become the lowest common denominator as well. And it frustrates me to no end. It's like, if you don't have anything to say about your own people, that is, I mean, first of all, if you have something to say negative, make it truthful and make it genuine. If you're just talking shit because you are a self-hater, a white supremacist in some sense, just keep that to yourself.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know she did make some comments though. I don't remember what they were exactly. I remember them being more ignorant than derogatory towards Black people, but I could be incorrect, or I could have missed something. But just in general though, I agree with everything that you said. But yeah, she was the weakest link in the movie to me, except for maybe one of her action scenes. It was pretty cool, but she just didn't fit the role, unfortunately. No. And in real life, there's no, to my understanding, you know, I'm not like an expert on the military and all the branches and stuff, but to my understanding, there's never been a female Navy SEAL before. So I don't know how Navy SEALs feel about that. I'm curious.
I'm sure they ain't thrilled about it.
Yeah. You know, and like you were saying, Michael B. Jordan can act, but he's knocked it out the park with like everything he's been in, but this was his weakest performance to me.
This was very weak. I mean, he felt like someone who stepped off a soap opera and then got into a movie. That's what it felt like.
Yeah. You know what it is? I really think that, and I I don't want to blame Michael B. Jordan for this one entirely.
Shout out, Feel More Pockets. I appreciate you filling our pockets. You know how we get down. Still love that name, man. That's one of the best screen names right there. Brother, Feel More Pockets. Yeah. I forgot what I was gonna say, man. Good. I did my job. Damn. I finally got something right. About time. Moving right along. I know. But be able to believe me, he will remember, and when he remembers it, we'll all know about it. I do. I'm trying to remember it right now. So wait.
Lamar gonna be like, guys, thank you so much for tuning in for the show. I'll see you next time. Wait.
I want to do like the Apple keynotes. One more thing.
Yeah, you got this guy pegged, B. Avery. You got this guy. But B. Avery, before we move, what time is your show getting kicked off for those that want to come check us out, talk about Invincible, talk about Mortal Kombat tomorrow? What time are you getting kicked off?
You know, it'll be sometime in the evening. I just don't know, to be honest with you. I'm sorry. I'll try to let y'all know in some form so y'all can get a heads up. But I just don't know. I was supposed to watch Invincible like right when it came out, but I was just so tired and I fell asleep. Right. I didn't end up watching it until 8 this morning, or like right before I had to go to work. Or clock in to work, because I work here on the same desk. I work from home, so I've only been able to see it once, and I just didn't have time to see it again and prepare for work. I mean, prepared all the images.
It was so good though.
Huh? Yeah, it was dope. It was dope. So I want to see it at least twice before we get into the nitty gritty. So it'll be sometime. It won't be before 5 o'clock. It won't even be before 6. It'll be sometime between 6 and 9 p.m. tomorrow
Okay.
sometime. So
Yep, we'll be popping in there. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last thing I got for y'all. So trailer review.
Oh, wait.
Damn it. I knew he was gonna remember. I knew it. I knew it.
I just wanted to say I didn't want to blame Michael B. Jordan entirely for that performance because I feel like it was poor direction. I don't think it was just bad acting. I think that he was directed to act that way because it seemed so intentional. Like all the extra emotion and all the extra emoting, it just the overacting. It was like he was like that scene when he was in the when he was in jail and his co-star came to visit him and he was in the orange jumpsuit and you could see his chin all clenched up, his jaw, and he was up there talking and he's all extra and whatever. And it was like it was almost like he delivered it properly. And then the director was like, give us more. Can you make it bigger? Can you do more intensity? More intensity, intensity, intensity. And then it just got to the point of absurdity. And so
we should have known. We should have known that if they had Lauren London in the movie, that if something was gonna suck. You know, I mean, I'm just keeping that thing real. Hey man, I mean, y'all want me? Y'all like when we go 100? We just keep it 100. I mean, she's great to look at, but not acting. I mean, that's not a secret. So maybe Lauren, if you're watching Lauren, I'll still interview you now because I can probe you on where your acting acumen. But if you see her name on the roll or something, just know that something is not going to be all that great. So anyway,
put her on the Shy.
Who you going to get rid of off the Shy?
New chick. She could be Emmett's new chick or something. Emmett usually needs 2 chicks and he only has 1 right now.
Well, that one he got is enough.
But he might get Keisha back because Keisha and him are always hanging. So we'll see.
All right, we'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, I asked the fellas about seeing this movie. It comes out on my birthday, which is next Friday. And everybody in our little mail chat said, hell no, they're not going to try to see this. This stars Jason Statham. It's called Wrath of Man. Let's take a look at the trailer so I can try to convince these brothers to go see one of my top flight action heroes in Jason Statham. Here we go. What is there not to see about this? What?
Can I please jump in? Yeah,
take it.
I was watching this and I'm like, what the hell is wrong with your friends? Why don't they want to see this? This looks amazing to me.
No, y'all are the friends. Y'all are the friends. I put this in our chat and you and email was like, nah, I ain't seeing it. And I was like, well, damn.
What are you talking about?
And maybe it was Larry. Maybe it was Larry, but y'all was like,
I'm watching that.
That
looks legit.
That looks good as hell. I love Jason Statham.
Yes.
I even like the first Crank movie. You know,
me too.
Not the second one, but the first one. The second one was just a little bit too crazy.
Yeah, they just got stupid on that one, man. Like,
but Jason Statham, I'm a big fan of.
Me too.
All the way around. I mean, we've seen movies like this before, but I don't care. You know, like I just want to see somebody get their ass kicked.
Exactly.
You know. You got Man on Fire, Wrath of Man. You know, I mean, you go, look, it's fine. Just you can have the same elements. Just give me a slightly different story. Excuse me, I'm good. So I'm on board with this 100%.
Thank you. Thank you.
You know.
That
was my first time seeing the trailer too. So
that's the first time I saw that trailer. It looks pretty good. I'm probably gonna watch it.
See how I deliver y'all the goodies. See.
B. Avery, have you watched Nobody?
I haven't, man. I'm behind on that. I want to watch it. I heard it's good.
Have you seen it, Lamar? I haven't watched it, so I'm kind of curious to know if it's worth watching. So
I've heard it's good. I've heard good things.
But
what'd you say, Lamont? What'd you say, Lamont?
I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard good about it too.
Yeah. But about this trailer, it looks good. It looks cold-blooded. I like the way he's walking around, just shooting people unapologetically, you know, because you get revenge for a son. That makes sense. Any father would do that, especially if they can fight. So, yeah, my expectations is I want a good plot, but it can be simple. Just give me some good ass kicking action scenes, and I'm good to go.
Call it a day.
Exactly.
On that.
Exactly. And this is going to sound like very, very minute to y'all, but it's big to me. When you have a big action hero, I enjoy seeing how he takes punishment as much as he dishes it out. Because you have some people that get beat up and they sound wimpy and shit, and you're just like, dude, you're an action hero. Jason Statham is the type of dude, when he gets punched, he sounds like a man taking a punch. It ain't none of this foo-foo. I walk around with toy poodles and shit when I get beat up. He sounds like a grown man. He's like, "Arr," you know what I'm saying? I like the way he takes a punch too. So yeah, man, I'm about this life. And it's on my birthday. Normally, Marvel for the last decade, Marvel has always released something around May 7th, around my birthday. So that would normally be my birthday movie, whatever, we're going to go do something. But since we're not getting that this year, it's got to be Jason Statham. Who's not a fan of The Transporter? Huh?
Right.
Crank.
Right.
Huh? The movie he just did with The Rock 2 years ago. Come on.
Hodge and Dobbs or something like that?
Yep.
Yeah, that was good.
That was over the top too, but you know what? I enjoyed it.
I couldn't get on that one.
You know, the reason why I like those ones being over the top is because they're so over the top. I don't like movies that try and like halfway over the top it, where they try and make you sort of believe it. I like the ones that are so ridiculous that you're like, there's no way in hell, but it's still fun to watch.
Larry,
you know?
and that one was very ridiculous, Larry. That was ridiculous. B. Average like he couldn't
do it. Huh?
I couldn't do that one. I was mad. Say I'm sharing my screen again, man.
Okay.
Look at my thumbnail for that review at the top of the page. The top.
It was that bad. He didn't even bring out the bleach.
I didn't bring out the bleach, but I had to. Yeah, I couldn't do that one.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for tonight, man. These dudes is nuts, man. This guy.
So, what are you guys watching this week?
Well, honestly, are y'all into the Bad Batch, the Star Wars show, the Bad Batch?
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
One of the new Disney Plus shows.
I'll have to check it out. Is it good?
It comes out next Friday.
That's part of the Clone Wars, right?
I don't know. I'm gonna start that tomorrow. Luckily they gave me access yesterday. It just popped up in my email, so I'm gonna start that. Also, Jupiter's Legacy.
I like that. Good. When does that drop?
That drops, I think, in another week or two.
Wait, Jupiter? I think it's already out.
It comes out in May. It comes out in May.
Jupiter Legacy. Which one did I just watch?
I don't know. But it's another superhero show. Of course, we're talking about events, but I gotta watch that again. It was something else I can't remember. But
the DC dropped one Tuesday that I recommend you guys go watch. They dropped DC. I forgot. But I watched it
on Tuesday.
And it's pretty
Society,
good.
World War II.
That's right, Justice Society. And without giving you guys the whole story, because a lot of people haven't seen it yet, they do go through the multiverse of DC, and I'll leave it at that.
Where did you watch it? Because I can't seem to find it.
Huh?
Where'd you get it?
What?
Never mind.
Say, also, if y'all can check out Yasuke on Netflix, that the Black Samurai with Lakeith Stanfield.
Oh, that's out too?
Yeah.
Okay, B. Avery. I watched this, right? And I was enjoying it for the most part.
Okay.
But I'll be honest with you, I really just started getting turned off by the whole sort of I don't want to say magic Negro, but in some of that, it was sort of like the whole Man on Fire. I love Denzel's performance in Man on Fire, but I just get so tired of that whole thing about the black guy's got to go out there and risk it all and give up his life and all that so that he can save this white girl. And
I ain't mad at you.
I just get so frustrated with that storyline, and I started feeling that same way here. And I was enjoying it at first, and then by the time I got to like episode 4, I was starting to get turned off. And then I pushed through episode 5, and when 6 came on, I fell asleep doing it, and I haven't gone back to it yet. But now I feel like because I'm so deep into it, I should just finish it. So, but I was liking it for the most part. I just wish some of those storylines were a little bit different. There were some problematic lines in there. Like I think you had mentioned it before about them washing him and saying, why is the dirt not coming off? And
he did say that.
I mean, come on. Golly. Do better.
I bought into that because it was in the 1500s, you know.
And where did the robot come from?
Yeah, well, I'm not. Hey, yeah, that's legitimate. I mean,
it was not only the robot, but it had like the name of a corporation on there. I was like, they had corporations in the 1500s.
Yeah, I can't argue with that, sir. I can't. So you know that's fair.
There were some issues. It was, don't get me wrong. It was definitely fun, and I enjoyed Lakeith Stanfield's performance for the most part. I wanted a little bit more. I wanted a little bit more personality out of his character, though. And I understand that he was supposed to be sort of this dry, sort of I don't want anything to do with anybody type dude, but I kind of wanted a little bit more personality out of his character. And I don't think it was Lakeith Stanfield's fault. I think it was just the way that it was written, you know. And I guess part of it because part of the way when I felt that way is because when I started watching it, immediately I was like, I wanted Afro Samurai to pop out at some point, you know. And that whole show was nothing but big personalities, and this one was much more subdued. But I don't know, it was all right. It was
Shout out to Minette Davis, who's dropped us the $10 and says she enjoyed the fellas tonight. Continue the great content. And we're thankful for your great super chat. Continue the great super chats and following us and sharing our content, because Larry really loves when people come through with a wonderful profile picture. And
I do.
That's the best blessing you could have gave us. Hair done, nails done, necklace done, everything is done. And we greatly appreciate you dropping us that super chat. But you can follow us tomorrow. Whenever B. Avery go on, just kind of be looking around after 7 o'clock. He will go up there and we'll dirty up his channel.
And Sunday, B. Avery?
I'm sorry?
You going live tomorrow and Sunday?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, well, there you have it.
I just hit 30K subs as well. So
congratulations.
All right.
Congratulations, man. Y'all keep pushing this brother. Keep pushing him. Keep pushing Larry. Keep pushing Sharonda. Keep pushing E-Man. Keep pushing the Mooch. Keep pushing Nita the Diva. Keep pushing Jay Moore. Help all of us young Black YouTubers keep making content. And for those of y'all that want to know what's up with the baby, me and my wife are going to start putting out weekly baby vlogs, because Elle is fully walking now. She's coming, getting on this damn shield, asking me to spin her around every day like she's a little ballerina. And I know some of y'all want to see Daddy play with his daughter, and you'll get a chance to see that. So be on the lookout, man, for my little overlord. My goodness.
Right. Oh, I was gonna say, if you guys haven't checked out Shadow and Bone, check them out.
I know why you laughing, B. Avery.
Sorry, man. I'm done. I'm saying nothing else.
I thought you was trolling us at first. I didn't know you were serious. I thought you was trolling.
No, man. He's serious, man. But ladies and gentlemen, we're getting out of here before he says something else.
I was trying to remember the show that I was watching, because you said Jupiter Legacy, and I thought that I was like, I watched that. Then I was like, no, what did I watch? But it didn't come out, and I watched Shadow and Bone. So that's all I'm saying. Check out Shadow and Bone.
If you guys want to hear more of Larry not letting people go attend to their children and not get a word in, come to B. Avery's channel tomorrow, and we'll see you then. Peace.